All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow pandemic travelers, this is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown, day 334 by my count, which puts us about 30 days away from a full year of pandemicking. Have you lost your mind yet? I don't know. I think that I may have been crazy before all this happened, so now everything being crazy means I'm normal. Something like that, anyway. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What's going on? What's going down? Look, you can go research things if you'd like. This AOC story time, like I was making it hashtag AOC story time, because she went viral with her, Alexandria Ocasio-Smollett, lies, just making up stuff to fearmonger about how she was in danger and everybody's in danger and blah, blah, blah. But I just am tired of it. It's stupid. She's lying, and that's that. And, she felt afraid. Okay, she's allowed to feel afraid. She's not allowed to alter the reality of the timeline of the world and create events that didn't happen and create contexts that didn't happen, and it just doesn't matter. Anyways, so I asked one of the group chats, what should I be talking about? Because honestly, it's hard to keep track of. I mean, there's a lot of strands in old Duder's head here, man. There's so much stuff going on, different angles of everything, and it's easy to repeat the easy propaganda and talking points that are presented by anyone about anything. But let me try to articulate about the disturbing thing that's kind of happening. There's kind of, if what is happening that I perceive, and other people perceive it too, is happening, then we're in a lot of trouble here, guys. We're facing something that is, I don't even know. See, I'm already scaring you. I don't even know what it is necessarily. I mean, people can call it the cathedral, you can call it the globalists, you could call it the Davos group, or maybe it's the Council on Foreign Relations, or maybe it's the IMF, I don't know, World Bank, I don't know who it is, right? What it is. But there's something going on here. Yesterday, I believe it was in, there was a variety of magazine covers, like GQ and other photo shoots with Joe Biden in these different outfits. And it's just bizarre because, yeah, you guys really shouldn't be doing that. And he's in these different outfits, and then there's one, he's sitting in the tailgate of a truck with a guitar, and there's bottles of Budweiser, and they're trying to make him all folksy and stuff. And you're like, what are you talking about? He's not a cowboy. What? What is going on? Are we really doing this? This is the Kamala Harris shoes thing from months ago, before the election, really. I guess it was maybe last summer even. I don't know. Everything's the same now. This media portrayal, and I get it. They were doing this under Trump too, but they always attacked him. Everything was terrible and awful. Everything's terrible. Every Time cover was him drowning or him melting down and blah, 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 it's over, whatever, for years. And then you get Joe Biden, who cognitively seems off, guys. Okay? I'm just going to say it. If you're going to say Trump might have been mentally insane for, 4 years, then I'm allowed to say Biden looks like he needs to have pudding and a poop and a nap. And that's what you're going to get. 4 years of this dude falling asleep and rambling incoherently and stuff, and signing whatever they put in front of him, which should bother you, but your team won, so it's fine. Ugh. Anyways, remember nuclear codes? You remember when that was super big deal? Oh no, Trump's gonna have nuclear codes. Well, Biden won't remember him. He'll think he's, he'll think he's trying to call his grandson. Well, he's trying to call Hunter, but he can't find him. Where's Hunter? China or something. I don't know. Anyways, then you have this Time article, and this should bother people. Like, I can't believe they put this in print. It's disturbing. They are saying, yeah, no, there was collusion to alter the election. It was corporations and activists and politicians all united, and the media all united to change election procedures and laws, to push anti-Trump news in the media and via online influencers, etc. And yeah, but it was strengthening our democracy, not undermining it. Now, I can get there in the sense that, yes, you think your guy winning means that democracy was upheld. I get that you think that. I also get that if you pollute the entire media atmosphere, the entire ecosystem, with perpetual fear and brinksmanship and catastrophism and Trump, where you've got people in liberal cities like Seattle, been liberal, Republicans don't even run here. Go. People here were blaming Trump for, like the state of the pandemic. And it's like, the governors are responsible for that. If anything, the mayor didn't call for lockdowns soon enough, or didn't impose, look, what was created was a media environment where all of the terrible things in the world were because of Donald Trump, and this was totally unacceptable, and this isn't who we are, and blah, blah, blah. And then people go, I want to go back to normal. How many times did you hear that? During the pandemic, before the pandemic, in terms of politics, like, when can we get back to normal? This is so crazy. Yes, the media deciding to go full bore insane all the time for like 5 years straight makes everything seem not normal, because they stopped behaving the way they did before the Trump administration. Like, this all is changing due to algorithms, social media, etc., but it was also political in the sense that the media class are overwhelmingly liberal. And they did this on purpose. They, I'm borrowing this language, they abused the more moderate, independent or undecided voters and got people to go, okay, fine, geez, man, everything is so crazy. We'll get Biden back in there. It'll be like the Obama years again. Everything will calm down, and then we can just chill, and I don't have to hear about this anymore. But that's not really what's going to happen. What's going to happen is 30 executive orders in a week. Oh, that's to undo the bad policy. So it takes 30 executive orders to undo 6 that Trump passed, come on. And never mind that, there's decades of executive orders. So if you want to talk about there being bad policy, there's bad policy that stretches back decades. So what are we talking about here? And I haven't done a deep dive on what is actually in these executive orders, but I'm hearing really, I don't want to just say really bad things, man. It's really bad, because I don't know. But stupid things. And the stupid things that are indicative of what's going to come. And what's going to come is what other people have been talking about. This so-called green zone around the U.S. Capitol building. Permanent green zone. Permanently security restricted. Permanent wall. By the way, I guess walls do work. Now that Democrats feel scared of people storming the building, they'll put up a wall around it. And that will apparently keep people out. But I was told for years that walls don't keep people out when we were talking about the border of our country that we somehow just can't secure. We can give money to Israel, they can secure their borders. We can help Iraqis defend their borders. We can go and annihilate the Iraqi army defending Kuwait's borders, but we just can't defend our own, you know? We just can't figure it out. It's just asinine. But anyways, I digress. They're calling it, what are they calling it? The long night. Some of my analyst people that I listen to, the long night. I don't know exactly what that means per se, but it is ominous, isn't it? Sounds bad. Sounds scary. Probably is. What it sounds like is our creed has been lost in the sauce. We will not, the United States of America will not remain a bastion of any form of freedoms, individual or constitutional. We will become the thing everyone said that we were going to become under Trump, but we didn't. If anything, we became what we are continuing to become under Bush and Obama and Biden, and it is all potentially in service of combating China, maintaining our global empire, and we are going to bring, as people have been saying, we are going to be bringing our... People called for this now. They, like, who is it? The guy, who is it? Brennan or Clapper? Brennan? I brought this up the other day. I need to know who all these players are. The former head of CIA or NSA or... man, what was it? Not Homeland Security. Anyways, he said we need to take our counterinsurgency, methods that we learned overseas and bring them back here to go after basically Trump supporters, right-wingers, pro-gun people, and libertarians. He added libertarians in there because, libertarians are scary, and, someone had a Gadsden flag at the Capitol, so now all libertarians are domestic terrorists and all this nonsense. But you see how this is what I'm talking about. The disturbing thing is the media picks up this language and runs with it. And before you know it, if you're right of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, you will be classified as a domestic terrorist. What did Bank of America do? This was reported the other day. This should bother everybody. Bank of America went through customer transactions and canceled accounts of people who had purchased, like, ammunition and firearm accessories online. Like, or at all. I'd have to double check the story, but they canceled their accounts or canceled the transactions. Like, again, guys, in the book, The Handmaid's Tale, I can't say about the show because I haven't seen the show. In the book, shutting off people's bank was the first step in oppressing all of the women in the story. So you're doing the same thing now, but you're just not doing it to women, so you, I guess, think it's okay. Think about how that's going to play out when you start getting corporations setting policy around people's purchases and saying, what if it is a sex toy? What if it's a subscription to a magazine that's considered, unacceptable by whatever the slacktivist, craptivists that send angry emails to these corporations? It's a periodical of some kind you subscribe to, or what is it? There's like these online like mangas and comic sites. What if there's a comic on this site that you pay for and there's content in it that someone says is transphobic or has hate speech in it or something, and now they're going to shut your account down because you shopped at that website? Like, that's not crazy, guys. That's like a couple steps removed, because how careful do these companies have to be? Well, apparently they're being told that they need to literally cancel people's ability to use their own business. They're hurting their own business because they're told that these, that by activists and stuff, that like this is unacceptable. Or Bank of America has decided that the Second Amendment doesn't apply to their customers. Like, it's a private company, they can do whatever they want. Keep saying that, guys, until you're in the private prison. I swear to God. Like, I don't know what the solution is to all this stuff, but there's this severe collusion happening between government and corporations and the media, and it's disturbing to watch. The Robin Hood story, the hedge fund story, was like the bellwether. That was real-time media shenanigans, calling people racists for beating the system at its own game. And you should, if you haven't followed the specifics, I'll try to include some links to the people who were sorting out the whole story, because it is a little complicated. But when you see how it was handled by the mainstream media and politicians and everything else, it's quite disturbing. So, that's enough from me for a Friday. It's the end of the world. The Republic is over. Bye.